What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome to the newest episode of the Realistic Rebuilds, where, as voted on by you guys, we're going to be taking a look here at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I had to make a decision because there is two players on the Steelers roster that, you can have on a rebuild, you can get rid of on a rebuild. One of is the uncertainty of Le'Veon Bell, but I decided to keep Le'Veon Bell on the roster because then it adds an extra wrinkle to our year one. Can we hammer out a deal? Is we going to get a favorable deal? But what we are going to do, unfortunately, is take one of the most overpowered players from the sim, because it doesn't look like he's ever going to play football again. So it's going to be Ryan Shazier. What we're going to do to make it easy so no team else can just pick him up, because I know he's a guy oftentimes I see being the low 90s, somewhere in that range. He's just awesome. We're going to move on. We're going to act like Ryan Shazier is not a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're going to have to try to fill that massive void from the linebacker spot. So when we look at the rest of the roster here, quarterback, that's it. This is going to be an interesting thing, what we do at quarterback, because Big Ben is not going to be here for the entirety of this rebuild. It's a 5-year rebuild, I would guess 2 years or so. We got Mason Rudolph, who was probably the best outside looking quarterback from this last draft class, out of the clear number ones, like Lamar Jackson. I mean, he might have actually been in Lamar Jackson's territory, but out of the Darnolds, the Mayfields, Rosens, Allens, Rudolph was kind of guy on the outside, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to have enough time to develop him because his dev trade is just a quick. I don't know yet, but we'll go with Big Ben as our starter, and we have some options when he decides to hang him up. If we go with Rudolph, or do we look at drafting a quarterback? The running back, here we go. Le'Veon Bell playing on the franchise tag. We got James Conner here, who's filled in nicely IRL. But in this sim, we definitely will try to extend Le'Veon Bell at some point because a 5-year rebuild. He's 26. That's the perfect age. Well, I think that's the perfect age. Perfect age is 24, 25. But yeah, man, he's one of those guys. You don't really want to let him go. I mean, in real life, Le'Veon Bell has announced that he's going to return to the team week 7. So that's what, I don't know, whenever you guys see this, is still 2 weeks away. And he believes that a deal still will be reached with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I know there's a lot of rumors that he could get traded. There has been, my Eagles have been popping up for whatever reason. I don't really understand that. But we'll try our best to retain Le'Veon Bell. At wide receiver, you get Antonio Brown. Now, he's one of those guys doesn't regress that badly, so I'm not too worried. And we got Juju Smith-Schuster, who always gets up into the 90s. He's a freak. He's probably going to be one of the best wide receivers 3-4 years down the road. So that's very nice to have him as a weapon. We got Rodgers here, but more so looking at James Washington, 75 quick. You got Switzer, who actually lost the quick, his Cowboys ratings guy, after he left. Kind of nuked him a little bit. But James Washington and Juju Smith-Schuster in particular, I think they can be two valuable weapons for us at the wide receiver spot, obviously to assist Antonio Brown. At tight end here, we have Vance McDonald, who coming off the nastiest stiff arm I've ever seen. We got Jesse James. What I'm actually going to do here, too, is just in case add some competition. And if you don't know that this is what you can do, this is what we did in the Toronto Huskies. Take Jalen Samuels, and you move him to tight end because he's not very good as a running back. He is much more suited to the tight end spot. Look at that. We have one more competition to the tight end spot. I know Jesse James is set to be a free agent sooner than later. I don't know if it's year 1 or year 2 that he becomes one. So we can roll with Samuels, maybe as our eventual starter, if not back up to Vance. That's an ugly contract for Vance McDonald. They picked up an ugly contract when the 49ers traded him. Left tackle, we have Alejandro Villanueva, former Army Ranger, actually played tight end for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's not a long-term option. Ramon Foster, not a long-term option. Pouncey, not a long-term option. DeCastro, maybe at 28. I mean, he'll be 32 come year 5 of the rebuild. I think he'd probably still be in the mid-80s, so that should be all right. And Marcus Gilbert, not really a long-term option. So rebuilding up this offensive line, well, it doesn't have to be an immediate priority. It's definitely something we need to focus on. Defensively, Stephon Tuitt, really nice looking. Cam Hayward, good for the time being. Probably will have to have his replacement ready year 4, year 5. Interior, I think Hargrave will be decent enough. TJ Watt's a monster. Middle linebacker, yeah, maybe we got to replace Ryan Shazier, and I don't think there's a guy that can replace him on this roster, unfortunately. Matakevich was a monster at Temple, but he's pretty much a special teamer. You had Bostic, Florida Gator bias. He was a huge hitter for Florida, but has kind of bounced around from team to team. And Vince Williams is not the long-term option. That is an ugly contract for him. Right outside linebacker, Bud Dupree, a guy that's now, what's his dev trait? He's a normal dev. He's playing a lot better right now than he did last year. I think he must be leading the team in sacks, or be close to it. So that's going to be an interesting guy, how we can develop him, maybe get a dev trade back up. In the secondary, we got Joe Hayden, who's old. He's nice. He's serviceable for the time being. Mike Hilton is nice. He's always one of those guys that's available through the first wave of free agency. We're going to try not let that happen. Artie Burns in real life has not been so hot, but in the Madden sim, he usually does develop nicely. So I'm not too worried about the cornerback spot, even though Joe Hayden is our best one and he's kind of old. Free safety, got Sean Davis, 74. Normal dev, I don't know. We might have to find a free safety option. And strong safety, Burnett's kind of old, but at least we have his eventual replacement here in Terrell Edmonds, who's one of the surprise first-round picks. The fact that he has that quick dev, though, we don't want to lose that. I'm probably actually going to move him to free safety. Or Burnett. I'll move one of these guys to free safety because I feel like, I mean, that definitely sucks because I feel like we can rock and roll with Sean Davis and Terrell Edmonds as our starter. Maybe we'll throw Mark. Actually, we'll do that right now. I know they just signed him, but how dev trades work in this game, if we have Edmonds be a backup all year, he is going to lose that quick dev, and we lose any chance of having like a safety that we could actually develop on the roster. The special teams unit is not that bad, even though Tomlin doesn't like to use them a whole lot. So that is the Pittsburgh Steelers rebuild. It's going to be a very interesting one that might be harder than some people expect. We got to pretty much reload the offensive line. We got to deal with Le'Veon Bell's contract. We got to figure out what happens with the future of the quarterback spot. And on the defensive side, we got to build up that linebacking core in the interior and hopefully get some development at corner. But a 91 offense, 81 defense. I'm fully expecting this team to be competitive year one. So let's get into it. All right, so, we're trading Morgan Burnett. It's not that realistic because I just signed him, but you never know. Maybe they want to get Edmonds more snaps. Now, there's a couple first-round picks. We're not going to send him back to Green Bay or anything like that. So, you know what? Understand that Burnett is decent, but not that decent. I mean, third and 2 sevenths, third, fourth, and seventh. Anything in between that. We'll take this one. We'll take a third and a fifth because Tampa is desperate for a safety. I think that's fair. Middle ground. Here we are at the midway point, and we are 3-3. The Browns are 4-3. I mean, we're still right in the mix there for the AFC North. I'm not too worried. So now it's time to look at them damn contracts. Oh, boy. All right, so Le'Veon Bell, Mike Hilton for sure are our top two. Really, they're the only priority. So we're actually going to start low ball right away with Mike Hilton. See if we can get him in. There we go. Oh, come on. All right, Le'Veon Bell. He wants 82 mil, 52 over 6 years, $30 million signing bonus. It's a lot of money. Let's see if we can get him on the first try. There you go. It's not that hard, Pittsburgh. Just offer him the money that he wants. So, yeah, we'll get Mike Hilton in, locked up as well, and I think that's a really good offseason. Before the offseason didn't even begin. So there you go. This is to the delight of all Pittsburgh fans. Well, it did suck that we didn't kind of cheese Ryan Shazier and keep him on the roster. We were able to retain Le'Veon Bell, so you're not losing 2 stars in year one. And I think this is, realistically, this is what the Steelers should do. They should not let Le'Veon Bell go. Here we are at the end of year number 1 and a familiar foe, an Achilles heel, if you will, the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs. We are taking on the 10-6 Patriots at Heinz Field in the wild card round. Looking at our team, everyone is in good form right now, and I'll tell you right now, man, by some of these results that we got, we were beating a lot of the big teams. We were losing, look, as you can see, week 17 against the Bengals, but we were beating, remember, we played the 11-3 Saints. We got them done, the Jags. It's they were beating the really, really good teams, and we got a nice little AFC North title. Overall, not super surprised because on, talent-wise and skill position player-wise, Pittsburgh is the best team in the league. But look at this, man. Ben Roethlisberger, all right year, 3,600 passing yards, 29 touchdowns, 9 picks. But, oh my God, who says you can't run the ball in the sim? This is, without a doubt, not even close, the best running numbers we've had in any rebuild in one single season. 1,900 yards, almost 2,000 total rushing yards, 21 touchdowns. Even James Conner got him some. 406. Those are, without a doubt, the best numbers we have seen for a running back. 123 yards a game. My God. So what? That's almost Eric Dickerson's record, sorry. I mean, I remember when I started getting into football, 21 touchdowns wasn't that crazy. 21 touchdowns was a really good season. Now, thinking about a running back getting 20-plus is ridiculous. But I remember LT used to get 20-plus every single season. But for today's era where it's a passing league, these numbers are absolutely insane for Bell. Very glad and very happy that we re-signed him. And he also chipped in 26 catches for 300 yards and a touchdown. I mean, it's just ridiculous. 2,300 yards. We'll round that up around 2,300 yards. And 22 touchdowns is ridiculous. James Washington, 607. 603 from Vance, 670 for Juju, which is actually a little underwhelming. 1,007 from AB, but when your running back has the kind of year that he does, you're obviously not going to see staggering receiving numbers. And Juju's developed nice. I think he went up +3 throughout the season. I don't think AB's regressed, has he? He hasn't regressed yet, so I mean, we're happy. We're good. Looking at the defensive side, we got couple hundred plus tacklers. We got 9.5 sacks from Bud Dupree, 11 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, 16 TFLs for TJ Watt, 19 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks from Hayward. So those are all respectable numbers. 4 picks for Joe Hayden. I saw he had 3 one week. He got Defensive Player of the Week. 3 and an interception. So that was insane. 3 for Nat Burhay. Okay. Cool. Edmonds went off. Terrell Edmonds. I'll show you this. We had to spend his XP because we got 3 of them. But look at that. Defensive Rookie of the Year, and got the Star Dev increase. And I think actually the only other player that made, or at least got recognized, was TJ Watt from a skill point standpoint. Look at that. Star Dev increase, made the Pro Bowl. Clearly, we'll double check the other stats, but something better happened with Le'Veon Bell. If we look at the yearly awards, MVP! Very nice, Le'Veon Bell. I mean, obviously, those are the scariest rushing numbers I've seen. Getting that MVP award, he earned it. He deserved it. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Le'Veon Bell. And, hey, Big Ben getting a little camera time here at number 10. Defensive Player of the Year went to Anthony Hitchens. We had no one. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Baker Mayfield. James Washington coming in at 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Terrell Edmonds, as we saw. The Edmonds brothers dominating, taking the league over by storm. So, Le'Veon Bell just put up the best season I think I've had from a single skill position player in a rebuild. And it's only year 1. So, here's to him. Here's to him just staying good. So, we're going to spend up these skill points and get ready for this game here against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that doesn't make any sense because we are the Pittsburgh Steelers against the New England Patriots. Can the Pittsburgh Steelers, with their freak Le'Veon Bell, finally get over the New England Patriot hump? I can't remember the last time the Steelers beat the Patriots in the regular season or in the postseason, let alone regular season. But it doesn't matter if we can get in there, get a job done. I mean, we got a goddamn safety at some point during this. Maybe this can be the season. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, we got the MVP on our team, and we're doing all right here in a high-scoring first half, 26-24. Looks like a CFL game with those kind of numbers. We'll take it. Oh my God, we have a young defense though. That's an issue. Tom Brady could definitely pick apart a young defense. We're down 2. Looks like the Patriots are going to be just too much. They are. Losing to the Patriots by 2. Very frustrating. Le'Veon Bell held, I guess if you're the MVP, 20 carries, 91 yards, not the best. But he probably had some nice touchdowns there. Brady just torched us. 4 touchdowns. We know we need to get better in the secondary. Le'Veon Bell, I guess, for an MVP, knowing that your MVP needs to carry you, that's slightly underwhelming. But God damn it, man. Well, Brady hopefully retires, and we don't have to worry about that anymore. All right, so here is our draft recap. What we did actually, it was maybe dealing with the devil. We traded our first round pick for a future first, and I think it was a future second. We picked up 2 first-round picks next year to move back because all the tackles were gone, and we desperately wanted a tackle. I was thinking about Anfernee Jennings, outside linebacker from Bama, but I was like, nah, we'll just wait. So here was our draft. In the second round, we got TJ Edwards out of Wisconsin, 74 normal. I'm probably going to play him as linebacker 2 this year, so he'll get a lot of snaps. We got Bo Benchwale here at left guard, trying to replace Ramon Foster. I can't remember if we didn't re-sign him or we retired. Either way, not an archetype fit, which kind of scheme fit doesn't really help us out there, but he's all right. We got Lavert Hill in the 4th round out of Michigan, 74, just more so a depth corner, having him there. Maybe he can develop because Joe Hayden is slowly regressing to nothing. But our best pick of the draft, we got 270 offensive linemen. These guys are just depth players, was Jalen Jelks, a player that's right now being valued 2nd round. Some people have in the 1st, but I more so see him like as a legit 2nd round pick. He slipped. I don't know if there was an injury, but he was a 5th round, 74 star dev player, 6'6", 260. Not as good as Bud Dupree. Bud Dupree actually was really nice for us last year, but there's no way in hell we're benching this guy and having him lose that star dev or not get the most out of that star dev through year 1. So we get a new starting linebacker, everybody, Jalen Jelks, who, you know, he's versatile, can play 3-4 outside linebacker, can play 3-4 defensive end. We can pretty much play him anywhere if we want to be honest with you, but I feel like trying him out at outside linebacker. I mean, what's his coverage stats? 58 zone. Ugh, 43. I mean, you're in a 3-4, right? Your 3-4 outside linebackers really aren't supposed to be dropping back into coverage. But excellent pick right there. And not a bad draft considering that we got 2 first-round picks next year. And, you know, maybe we'll have to get a quarterback. Have that ammunition is definitely going to be helpful. Your number 2 is here, and boy, have we hit with some aggression. -3 for AB. Ben, I think Ben's actually -3 as well. Oh, man. Just keep pounding the table, man. Every time they post a Madden update, say, give us some regression sliders, please, please, please. 3rd-round pick, Ben Schwale, is going to be starting at left guard. I don't think there's too much else changes on the offense. Defensively, I mean, our offense was a 93, and now we're down to an 89, but still really, really good. Defense is a 79, transitioning a little bit. Cam Hayward here got hit with a -3 as well. Joe Hayden got hit with a -4. I mean, a -4, and he led the team in picks last year. But, I mean, we do have cover in Eddie Burns and Mike Hilton. Sean Davis, 75. I'm still holding out that he can develop nicely. Jelks will be starting at right outside linebacker. Watt's developing nicely. Edmonds has been developing nicely. So I'm expecting this defense to maybe finish 83, 84 come season's end. But, man, I hate the regression in this game. But everyone else is dealing with it. It's not just me. So we just got to power through. Our season goal for this season will be to make the playoffs yet again. So let's get into it. All right, round midseason, we are 5-1. Getting ready for a big game here against the 5-1 Jags. We are, I believe, first in the North. Browns and Ravens keeping it kind of close. So looking at player contracts, this is where it gets a little tough. Marcus Gilbert wants a 3-year deal, but he is regressing pretty bad. Artie Burns for sure. We'll try to lock him up. That's actually a really nice looking deal there. Ben Roethlisberger, we'll come back to him sec. Hargrave is another long-term player, I think, for our team. Nice. Pouncey, Hayden, Sean Davis. Okay, so Sean Davis, we're going to try to extend. Joe Hayden is going to go probably 70, 78 after this offseason. Pouncey's going to hit that regression, which sucks. And they want these 4-year deals. If these deals were more reasonable, like if this was a 2-year deal for Marcus Gilbert, actually, we'll offer him this. Because he still is 83. Worst case scenario, he's still an 80 next year. That doesn't, he wants more money. All right, so Ben Roethlisberger. We do not have a quarterback on roster that I think can take over. What's Mason Rudolph? He still have that quick dev? Do we go with Mason Rudolph? Do we go with Ben Roethlisberger? You know what? Screw it. We have enough guys on offense. I think, rather than what is it? How much does he want? Ben Roethlisberger wants $17 million. He wants 17. Okay, what's his stats right now? Maybe. If Ben Roethlisberger's going off, we're 5-1. He's doing dog shit. He's worst passer, worst. What is Le'Veon Bell? Okay, Le'Veon Bell's going off. Ben Roethlisberger can suck it. We're going Mason Rudolph. If not, we got 2 first-round picks. Maybe we can get a quarterback there. So Ben Roethlisberger can pound sand. So if we have that extra money, we will. We'll extend. We'll extend Marcus Gilbert for sure. We'll let Roethlisberger, Pouncey, and Hayden hit free agency. And when it comes time, we'll re-extend Sean Davis. All right, we actually forgot to do something that we said we would do because Madden removed it from the game. But once we get a player that hits that 99, they get themselves and earn themselves the 99s, the 99 gear. I don't know why they removed it from the game. Are you kidding me? Are they gone again? There's no way they're gone again. There's no way they took it out again, right? Nike 99 Club. There we go. Where are the cleats at? Did they get rid of the cleats, or did I miss the cleats? But thank God they added these back in. Le'Veon Bell might have been the most destructible freaking player I've ever seen. Are these them? No. They look nice, though. Those actually look friggin' fire. Those look even better than the other regular gold ones. But where are they at? 99, there we go. Oh, those ones have a lot more gold in them. Le'Veon Bell seems... Yeah, we'll wear those ones. There you go. Le'Veon Bell with the 99 Club. At the end of year number 2, first round bye. 13-3. Again, not overly surprising. Next year is going to be the transitionary period. Obviously, we were looking for a new quarterback. Look at Big Ben. I think, again, we're not paying him $17 million to literally be below average. 3,800 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 picks. It's not bad. Those aren't bad numbers. Those aren't costing our team numbers. But those are not the numbers worth of a quarterback getting paid pretty much tag money. Le'Veon Bell was outstanding once again. 1,600 rushing yards, 19 touchdowns. Great little combination with James Conner. Still get him involved. 3 fumbles, a little bit worrisome. Receiving, Le'Veon Bell also, oh my God, 31 catches, almost 650 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. So we'll give him 2,200 yards from scrimmage and 23 touchdowns. Juju is developing really, really nicely, and I thought his production would be way better. Like, I think he's like a 92 right now, and he's yet to break 1,000 yards, but I won't complain. Vance McDonald's been all right, and AB below 1,000 yards, but again, I think this more so comes down to the quarterback and, you know, the fact Le'Veon Bell's eating so much than it is AB and Juju just not playing well. Defensively, 110 tackles from our second-round draft pick TJ Edwards, 6 tackles for loss, sack and a half, and a pick. That's not bad. 100 tackles from Artie Burns, 4 interceptions on the year, and as I did see, yes, he did make the Pro Bowl. Very nice. We got 16 tackles for loss, 11.5 sacks from TJ Watt, 9 sacks, 11 TFLs from Cam Hayward. Jelks, our rookie, 59 tackles, 9 TFLs, 4.5 sacks. Acceptable. 4 picks from Artie Burns and a bunch of singles here. Good defense, man. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP went to Phillip Rivers, Le'Veon Bell, runner-up. We get Coach of the Year? Oh, come on. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Phillip Rivers. Le'Veon Bell was the runner-up as well. Defensive Player of the Year went to Miles Jack. Artie Burns at 6. TJ Watt at 7. TJ Edwards at 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Amon Richards. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to TJ Edwards. Oh, you got it. This is Jalen Jelks coming at 9. Did Edwards get a dev trade boost? I don't think he did. He was a normal. I would love it if he did. That would help us out a big time. Oh, that's brutal when you win Defensive Rookie of the Year and you don't get the boost. Whatever. We're fine. Let's find out who we're taking on in the divisional round. It is going to be the 10-6 Jacksonville Jaguars, which I'm not worried at all. Are you guys worried? I'm not gonna lie. With Ben Roethlisberger kind of slipping like he has, maybe a little bit worried. Let's get into this game. All right, in the snow of Pittsburgh. I mean, they're from Florida. They can't play in the snow, right? That should be our advantage. They're opening up with a 7-point lead. We get a field goal. I feel like this could be the game that we keep going to the red zone and not getting anything. And so far, it looks like that's the script. That's the script that this game is going to be following. We were able to pull it back within 7 before halftime there. This would be like one of those games where Blake Bortles has like 9 touchdowns, isn't it? One and done in the playoffs yet again. I really should be firing Mike Tomlin. I don't really rate Mike Tomlin as a head coach, to be honest with you. And if I was actually the GM, I would have fired Mike Tomlin by now. Le'Veon, pretty much literally like the same kind of stat line that we saw last year when we were one and done against the Patriots. And it's even more frustrating that we were the #1 seed. All right, well, here's the big change going into year 3. Brand new quarterback, new era for the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, so looking at free agency, we're only going in on 1 target here. We have a whole lot of salary cap, but I'm looking at Jalen Smith. It's good that in the Madden sim anyways, he's been able to turn his career around because he had a really, really bad injury when he was in college at Notre Dame. Might have been the best middle linebacker prospect I've ever seen. So that'd be huge if we can get him and Edwards, and then we can also get Vince Williams' pretty ugly contract off the books. And this is also kind of the end of an era free agency. As you see, Rivers, Breeze, Roethlisberger, all looking for jobs. I'm going to go with Mason Rudolph unless there's a really, really good-looking QB prospect. And this is actually going to be the last rebuild that I don't use my actual 2020 draft class because I said I want to wait until I get to the 2020 draft class with the Huskies before I start using it in rebuilds. So that's also somewhat interesting. So let's hope that the Madden generation, when they generate players, those gods help us out with a couple good offensive linemen and maybe a quarterback or 2. All right, we are here. This is a random draft class, and I was like trying to think, like, I haven't really drafted any or used any big college quarterbacks. We do have Mason Rudolph, but he's only a 74. These guys are gonna be better. We're going Clay DeMarco. I think we're gonna modify him obviously into someone A+ throw power, B throw under pressure, B throw accuracy mid. I've never drafted a quarterback yet in a rebuild. A little nervous because I'm not super up to date with the traits. Come on, be good. 78 star. All right. Worst case scenario, he's definitely better by comparison, a lot better than Mason Rudolph. So we'll get him fixed up. What quarterback prospect am I gonna make? Oh, well, tune back in 45 seconds. So here's a recap of the biggest draft that we're going to have, And slight change to our quarterback, remains all the same. Stats actually remain the same. Maybe I think I might up the speed a teeny little bit because he's a better athlete than the guy we drafted. But everything else is the base. We made it Dwayne Haskins, the quarterback from Ohio State. I felt like because he was like the third quarterback taken, it's not the time to use Tua because Tua would be gone before then. So keeping it realistic, Dwayne Haskins, you know, a Heisman contender for Ohio State, might be one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Very, very good chance of maybe breaking the mold of quarterbacks from Ohio State not being able to fully transition to the NFL. Braxton Miller, Terrell Pryor, JT Barrett. I think Haskins is more talented quarterback of those three, so we're going to give him a shot. Like I said, he's a better player than what we had in Mason Rudolph. And then with our second first-round pick, we got Matt Womack, the tackle from Alabama, 78 quick. He will be starting at left tackle, taking over for Alejandro Villanueva. I actually had a couple bad picks in this draft. I mean, by bad, I mean it's all relative, but in the second round of pick 8, we got a center because we desperately needed one. He's only a 73 normal. Middle linebacker here, this guy looked pretty good because we missed out on Jalen Smith in free agency, 73 normal. I had a really, really good pick here. Didn't attend the combine. 77 quick debut, which we made Isaac Nata from Georgia. He actually was originally like a 6'7 quarterback prospect, 6'7 tight end prospect, but you know, Nata's probably gonna be the best of the bunch from this class. Doesn't look like it's gonna be a strong class though for tight ends in real life. That is. We had 3 third-round picks. We had a 76 right tackle, which is left as is. Vincent McKell. Very surprised he only had 88 strength though, because he had like 40 on the bench press. I don't know, maybe it was 36. A couple average picks here. 75 tackle in the 4th round. We got a 76 punter. Look at that, doubling up on special teams, kind of panned out there. And we actually modified one of them. We had a 77 normal depth kicker, which made Chase Vinatieri from South Dakota State. That name may look familiar because, yes, he is the son of legendary, maybe the greatest kicker of all time, Adam Vinatieri. So I figure how fitting to put him here on our team. So a really, really good draft. We had a bunch of picks. Again, no one below 70, which is good, but we have our new franchise quarterback, we hope, in Dwayne Haskins. A new era is beginning here in Pittsburgh. All right, here we go. As we start the season, I have actually decided to change our offensive scheme. We're going to a vertical power run. We were before on a zone run, I believe it was, vertical zone run. I could be wrong. I did this without recording. I probably shouldn't have, but I'm pretty sure it was this because we're definitely in the 70s. I think it was this. We're running a vertical zone. And then I just went over here, and vertical power run is 91% scheme fit. So, you know, out with the old, in with the new. I also, if you've been looking at Mike Tomlin, I've been saving up that XP so that we could go in here and help out our quarterback as much as possible by getting him that training boost, which, you know, fingers crossed, Haskins can be that guy. So, yeah. So, we got Dwayne Haskins here, 78 star. We had Mason Rudolph. Some people may say go with Rudolph, 74 quick. Maybe we could have gone with Rudolph, but I just feel like it wouldn't have been a good time. And I am a fan of him. He was one of the quarterbacks I did like from the last draft class in real life. But Haskins, he's going to be that dude for this rebuild. So we are at the midseason point of year number 3, and the Haskins era is off to a little bit of a bumpy start, 2-4. But again, we are changing the play calling around. Let's see what Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell's put up outrageous numbers. Let's see if it is him, because we do have a lot of changes on the offensive line. How's he looking at this so far? And that's still not that bad. Still averaging 95 yards a game, so I'm not too worried. But he already has 3 fumbles. Come on, Bell. Stop fumbling so much. All right, looking at time players to talk about. TJ Watt, very much need to bring him back. Luckily enough, we have a whole lot of salary cap, so, you know, we're going to have to spend it here. And Juju and TJ Watt and Cam Hayward, even though he's a little bit older, we don't have any replacements. Fuck. All right, we're going to come back and renegotiate with Juju and Hayward. Vance can go. James Conner is just too expensive, putting almost $20 million. We can't have $100 million in contract for a running back. I would love to keep James Conner here as a 1-2 punch, but Hayward and Juju will get negotiated here. And why is Juju only on a quick? That's ridiculous. And at the end of year number 3, our first time of not making the playoffs. Hey, at least we weren't bottom. At least we're last in the AFC North. The transitioning period, 6-10. I will say, looking at Dwayne Haskins with that +2, offensive rookie of the year. Awesome. Didn't get a dev trait boost, which kind of sucks because we could put him on that superstar hype train. We might have a chance at a 99. But the fact that after 1 year he's gone up, what's this, +8 in 1 year, I'll take that. I'll absolutely take that every day of the week. And we got to remember, we changed offense, which will have a little bit of effect on how well we perform. Haskins as a rookie, we'll run that up, 4,200 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, 12 picks, which is literally not missing a beat from the seasons that Ben Roethlisberger was giving us. Le'Veon Bell, 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns. James Conner again. Tough man that we can't re-sign him because he's been really productive as well. 26, 27, 28 total rushing touchdowns this season. Receiving, no one over 1,000 yards, which kind of sucks. These numbers, imagine that. Imagine seeing that year from Antonio Brown, 701. But we're staying with the run here. Look at that. Le'Veon Bell, 500 yards, 7 touchdowns. My God, 22 TDs, 2,000 yards. I mean, this is Le'Veon Bell. This is the Le'Veon Bell rebuild. Look at defense here. We got 111 tackles, 6 TFLs, 3 sacks, and a pick from TJ Edwards. Good year there. 9 picks, 12 TFLs from Watt, 10 and 7 from Cam Hayward. We got 2 picks already burned. I mean, the defense actually kind of fell a little flat. This is a defense that didn't really lose anyone. They have no excuse. Alex Smith won the MVP. Le'Veon Bell at number 9. Offensive Player of the Year went to Le'Veon Bell. Beautiful. Dwayne Haskins at number 8. I don't think there's any other rookie quarterbacks here. Ryan Finley was a rookie 2 years ago. The Defensive Player of the Year went to Miles Jack. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Dwayne Haskins. Awesome. Nata coming in at number 5, too. Pretty cool. No one on the defensive side, but I'm not worried about it. This is just year 1, and we could have done a lot worse. So let's pop on into the offseason. We have a decent amount of salary cap, so we can make a big purchase if we wanted to. I don't really know where we'd want to go. I mean, we could look at a middle linebacker would be nice. A new middle linebacker. Maybe a third corner. I don't know. We're all right there. Maybe a bigger name D tackle. I don't know. We don't have a lot of holes right now. A center. It puts play. It's not like we have to go out and splurge in free agency to be considered decent. And my God, that little saving profile Madden thing's been up this whole video, and it's starting to piss me off. All right, so look at the free agency period. Here's how the market is setting. This one was painful, but I feel like, that's just too big of a gap for Nata to really even catch up, probably by the end of year 5. So bringing in O.J. Howard would be pretty cool, adding another just freak weapon to this offense. Cam Robinson here at left tackle. We can play him at either side, left or right. James Conner will offer pretty much half price than what we want, so it'd be nice if we can bring him back. And then we got rid of Roosevelt Nix because his contract was too much for a fullback. But it'd be really nice if we can get all 3 of these dudes. All right, so looking at our draft recap as we head into year number 4. Pretty much surplus requirement went best player available. There was an 80 overall star dev corner, which we made Patrick Surtain Jr. from Alabama. This guy's one of the best young corners in college right now. So it's an easy option for us. And we'll play Mike Hilton in the nickel, and we'll have Surtain and Artie Burns on the outside. The rest of the draft was just solid again, man. Nothing too crazy. Haynes Mealy, 75 wide receiver, 96 speed was probably the best other option. But we got some good depth guys here as we look to make the playoffs after missing it just a year ago for the first time in this rebuild. All right, as we are here now in year number 4, clearly our goal is going to be to make the playoffs once again. What did we have last year? 5 wins, 6 wins, 4, 5, 6 wins, somewhere in that territory. Need to do much better. Offense is a 93, defense is an 89, base is an 89. But this team looks pretty damn good, man. New faces, Cam Robinson at left tackle, which gives us the ability to swing Womack here to right tackle. O.J. Howard at tight end. Antonio Brown regressing, not the best, as he's sitting at 89. But luckily enough, Juju has kind of overtaken him to be that elite playmaker. James Washington's developed nicely. Le'Veon Bell has yet to regress. And obviously Dwayne Haskins, the franchise. Defensively, doing pretty well as well. Jelks, TJ Edwards, TJ Watt. 95, the double TJs, but Watt has been an absolute animal. Edmonds is up to a 90. John Davis' development has kind of slowed down a little bit, but still very nice. Overall, our secondary is very strong. Hilton, 88, Burns, 88, Surtain, 81. Hayward's actually, his regression started kind of early, but he peaked. Like, I was expecting to be in the 70s, but 84 is not that bad, as, our front seven's probably the weakness of this defense. Clearly, either way. 93 offense, 89 defense, 89 overall. Better be better than 5-6 wins that we hit a year ago. All right, around the midseason point here, 4-3, so better start than where we were last year. We're tied for first in the AFC North with the Bengals, who we just defeated in Week 7, 31-17. So it's feeling all right here. Looking at players, we need to talk about re-signing DeCastro. Absolutely, that's actually not that bad of a deal for an offensive lineman of his spot. We'll have to come back and renegotiate, but he's playing really well. Edmonds for sure. He's developed really nicely. Mike Hilton's developed really nicely. I'll have to come back to him. AB is regressing pretty bad, but he's still too influential of a player not to have on the roster. James Washington has also been pretty nice. I thought he might have developed a little bit quicker. But yeah, that does it for the in-house signings. And let's make sure we can re-sign DeCastro and Mike Hilton. And it'll be a great start. And look at that star dev for Mike Hilton, too. Beautiful. The end of number 4 is here, and we have a first-round bye. And it's probably the best way to get a bye. Is 10-5-1. We not only won the North, but probably got that bye because of that one tie. So many people want to shit on Madden for all the ties. This is the one scenario beneficial to the team. Looking at our roster here, I think we had 2 Pro Bowlers, 2 distinct Pro Bowlers that we can tell from their skill points. We have Cam Robinson, who we brought over as a free agent, and we have Mr. Dwayne Haskins, who made a Pro Bowl, his very first Pro Bowl appearance. I don't think his dev trade's gone out, which kind of sucks, but he's already, in the 90s, so I'm not super worried about that. 93 offense, 91 defense, 91 base. I think that's our 3rd divisional title so far. Dwayne Haskins, from a passing standpoint, all right. 4,000 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, 10 picks. If that's all we're going to get from him, that's pretty much what we got from Big Ben, and he is on a rookie deal, so helps us, disperse that cap to have the rest of the team be really good. Le'Veon Bell, dominant year again, 1,700 yards, 19 touchdowns. We were able to bring back James Conner in free agency, and look, that is still underrated production to have coming back. From a receiving standpoint, still no 1,000-yard receiver, but almost 3 guys that broke 1,000, so we'll take that. That's how we're looking at it. AB's a little bit disappointing. AB's been so bad, we're going to have to relegate him from the thumbnail, all right? It's going to be Le'Veon Bell on the thumbnail with Dwayne Haskins. But disappointed with AB, to be honest with you. Frank Horn, this middle linebacker, 114 tackles, 5 TFLs, 5 sacks. Sure thing. I'm not going to lie. Didn't even know this guy was playing. And he had a really good year. 10.5 sacks, 11 TFLs from TJ Watt, who's flirting with getting his gold gloves next season before this rebuild's done. Jelks had a really nice year, 7.5 sacks, 13 TFLs. 2 picks from Artie Burns. The rest was actually kind of low. Year of the awards, MVP went to Carson Wentz. Le'Veon Bell coming in at number 3. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Le'Veon Bell yet again. Defensive Player of the Year went to Miles Jack. Frank Horn coming in at number 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Weldon. Not gonna lie, no idea who or what position that guy plays. Frank Horn, though, got Defensive Rookie of the Year. Should probably double check to see if he got a dev trait boost, maybe. I'm going to say no because I don't think he had a crazy amount of points to spend. That's so brutal, man. How many times have we got like a Player of the Year and they haven't got anything? And look at, of course, oh yeah, it doesn't even go up 1 point. Not all is good, but they've been pretty generous, especially with Certain, who's playing outside corner right now. He's already up to an 88, so we'll take that. We'll take the differential on those 2 players. As we find out who we're going to take on in the divisional round, we're 0-2 in our 2 playoff appearances. Hopefully we won't be 0-3 as we welcome the 11-5 and Deshaun Watson's Houston Texans. All right, our first playoffs without Big Ben costing us the game. Hopefully we can... Oh, no. It's already looking super ugly. Come on, man. They're a dome team playing in the snow, for God's sakes. Oof. Oh, my God. Start waving the white flag here, people. Start waving the white flag. I mean, at least we're breaking Dwayne Haskins' playoff cherry. I guess that's all we could be looking at here. As we look, I mean, we're mounting a little bit of a comeback, but the fact that we've been in the red zone 3 times and have 1 touchdown, 2 field goals isn't going to cut it when you're playing from behind. To be completely honest, it's a snow game. This is where Le'Veon Bell should be absolutely feasting. We got a chance though to tie it if we can get a touchdown 2-point conversion, and we miss it on 4th in our own half. Oh my God, we still got 41. You know what? Fuck it. Let's come in. We're going to play next year, but the fact that they're giving us this many opportunities, let's just run. Haven't played with this team yet, but we're just going to run crossers. 1 crossers with Dwayne Haskins. We got to try to go to Juju. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I mean, no sweat off my back. We passed it 45 times in the snow when you have Le'Veon Bell. Oh, that's cheesy. Might be a little bit cheesy, but we'll put it on the computer to get the 2-point conversion. If they don't, we won't be moving on. That was a nice little cheese TD that we'll take every day of the week. And the computer gets a 2-point conversion, and look! In 20 seconds, they go down the field without using a single timeout and kick a field goal to beat us. Tell me there's no scripting in Madden. Well, I know for a fact. I've seen people that are getting ready to mod the Super Sim, that there is scripting in the Super Sim. But this was a big game. Haskins, 431 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Juju went off 10 for 184. Sucks that we lost. Sucks that we're 0-3 in our 3 playoff appearances. Don't even have a playoff win yet. But we're heading to a Super Bowl or bust time, and I definitely think in year 5, we can build upon Dwayne Haskins' pretty damn remarkable playoff debut. All right, as we enter the final free agent period, we're just looking at one target here. That is Dwayne Payne, who offers a +10 upgrade over our current starting D-tackle, Javon Hargrave, and we are by far and away the leading bidder. So hopefully he chooses us as we get ready for a year 5 Super Bowl or bust. All right, for whatever reason, Dwayne Payne rejected our deal, so we signed Justin Reed, who, like Dwayne Payne, is a +10 upgrade at that free safety spot. All right, so here is our draft class as we enter the 5th and final year. In the first round, we get a 78 overall D-tackle, Kaysen Forrest, normal dev from Nevada. This was actually a really bad-looking draft class. And after I picked this guy, Dimitri Calhoun, 75 quick, I just simmed it out because it literally, I was not getting much. 74, we got a 74 normal. Yeah, not that great of a draft class, but still, I mean, we had some good players. And to add it on to Justin Reed, who's a 91 free safety, I think that's enough to finally get us, at minimum, our very first playoff win in this rebuild. All right, so as we enter year number 5, goal is going to be making the Super Bowl. That's what we call Super Bowl or bust, people. I don't think I've said that yet. Our team, 93 overall, 93 offense, 95 defense. Dwayne Haskins is a 93. Le'Veon Bell's a 99. Juju's 94, sorry, because AB has regressed down to an 84. Father Time has not been generous to him. OJ Howard's up into the 90s. Our offensive line is very well-rounded. Defensively, we got a 95. Interior, pretty much the D-line is the only weakness, and even that, we're still saying we have a 90 overall. Almost 3, and by the end of this rebuild, 3 90-plus corners. Everyone in the secondary is going to be above a 90, which is freaky. Justin Reed, our only signing in free agency. And a TJ Watt up at a 98. I would assume sooner than later, we'll be giving him his gold gloves and his gold cleats for that perfect 99. So I'm firmly expecting 12, 13 wins. Prepared for 7 or 8 or something ridiculous like that. But this is a really, really good team. And they should, at minimum, make the playoffs. All right, crowning moment for the rebuild as TJ Watt gets the 99. And now that we know after the Le'Veon Bell, they added the gear for sure back into the game. We gotta hook him up with these very nice little cleats. We're going with the Savage. The Savage ones look pretty cool, to be honest with you. And then we'll give him 99 Club Vapor Jets. Wow. That's pretty impressive, huh, everybody? Well, it's good to know that it goes up to a 99. I think I passed him. Why are these things so annoying to try to find? Let me quickly find these fucking gloves. There we go. Very nice. Congratulations, TJ. I remember when all the Pittsburgh Steelers fans thought it was a bad pick, and I actually said this was one of the best picks of the draft when they picked him like 2-3 years ago. All right, people, we are here. Year 5 Super Bowl or bust. We're actually coming in at week 16 because we're 14-0 right now. Haven't even looked like slowing down yet. As always, you should trust me by now, but I always feel like people might be getting a little antsy when I see stuff like, look, no bamboozle, just to make sure there's no bamboozling. We got the Browns and the Bills to try and get our first 16-0. We've got 15-1, I think, once. I think that was the Johnny Manziel career mode. That was like the most ridiculous thing we've ever done. So if we can get 2 more victories, we will get the perfect 16-0 season. I mean, this team is really good. It's not the best team we've rebuilt, but a 95-97. All right, let's just get into it because I feel like the game's going to mess me up here, especially against the Browns. Come on. Oh, shit. 15-0 going up against the, what's that, 4-10-1 Bills. We're bringing it live. We got a lot of points here. We'll just auto-spend those. Man, AB is sucking. All right, for the first perfect, nothing. I mean, the only time we bamboozle, like I said, is Chip Kelly live stream rebuild. So the perfect 16-0. I've never seen a 16-0 yet in a rebuild on YouTube, let alone on this one. Come on, baby. Come on, baby Jesus. It's the 4-10-1 Bills, okay? Oh, a perfect 16-0 record as the Pittsburgh Steelers. With 98 overall, Dwayne Haskins, Juju, Le'Veon Bell. You got DeCastro, Robin. My God, this is like a disgusting team. But we've had better rebuild teams. I think we've had a 95 offense and a 99 defense. That might have been the highest we've got. But oh my God, perfect. What do we got for upgrade? Anything crazy? Nothing too much there. We'll just auto spend all those points. We're just gonna roll into the oh my God, 16-0. It's beautiful. It feels good. Dwayne Haskins, 3,800 passing yards, run that up to 3,900, 35 touchdowns, 5 picks, so absolute baller. Le'Veon Bell, 1,700 yards, 14 touchdowns, absolute baller. No 1,000-yard receivers, but look at the touchdowns, man. AB, 900 yards, 10 TDs. Juju, 15 touchdowns. Woo! OJ Howard had a good year. We got on the defensive side, 124 tackles, 6 TFLs, 3.5 sacks, 3 picks from TJ Edwards, 13 tackles for loss, 15 sacks from Mr. 99, TJ Watt. Nice little year from Stephon Tuitt. 3, 6, 9, 12 picks. 9 from our 3 corners that are all freakishly good. And 3 from TJ Edwards and a couple singles. Look at the yearly awards. MVP went to Deshaun Watson. Le'Veon Bell, number 3. I guess that's the only thing that would have kept us from being a perfect year of rebuild is winning an MVP as well. Haskins coming in at number 4. We got Coach of the Year. Clearly would be Mike Tomlin. Offensive Player of the Year went to Deshaun Watson. Le'Veon Bell 3 and Haskins at 4. Defensive Player of the Year went to TJ Edwards. Very nice. TJ Watt at number 3. Already Burns at 6. Certain at 8. Whew. This team is scary, man. And it was one of those things where I almost want to play with them, but because we've won like 3 Super Bowls in a row in the rebuilds, I feel like now would be the time to sim. So here's what we're going to do, because I really do want to get some gameplay with this team, but also, ultimately I feel like when you play too much gameplay, you get away from, the team building aspect. What we're going to do in this perfect 16-0 is we are going to sim until the Super Bowl. If we get into the Super Bowl, I will play that game. But I'm going to put the onus on my 16-0, now with a 90, well, it's confidence, but now with a 99 overall quarterback to be able to win 2 games and get us to the Super Bowl. So let's get into this at home, 10-6 Browns. We should wipe the floor with them. All right, let's go. If this is, I already feel like this is going to be nonsense. All right, let's see what we can do. I don't think we've won a playoff game yet. So, we'll leave it to the 16-0 team to hopefully be able to get that monkey off our backs. As we are down 4 right now in the first half. We've already settled for a field goal, and the Browns have got 3 touchdowns on 4 offensive drives. So this is looking pretty embarrassing right now, to be honest with you. We're able to pull it back a little bit here. Come on, defense. Come on. Finish them off. Forgot. Why are we settling for field goals every time we get in the red zone, man? We lost. They missed it? Okay, we're in overtime. For the love of God, finish the job in overtime. We lost an over. There you go, everybody. That's all. That's because I wanted this to happen almost. I almost wanted to show that it doesn't matter. We just went 16-0, and we lost the opening round of the playoffs. Don't put in this, C4, there should be upsets every off season. Every team gets upset. No, this is fucking bullshit, man. And why are my guys celebrating? That's garbage, man. That's absolute garbage. Beat the Browns twice, and then 3rd time's the charm for them, I guess. Well, at least we learned our lesson here. I mean, we got cocky because we've won. I think it was the last 3 rebuilds in a row. We've won a Super Bowl. So I mean, I guess going 16-0 is an accomplishment within itself, because I don't think we went 16-0 at all during any of the Madden 18 rebuilds. So I mean, we've won Super Bowls before, but we've never got 16-0. But I think it is fitting to find out, the state of the sim when we go 16-0 and we lose in the first round to the Cleveland Browns. I think the base overalls, our Steelers team was a 96, and I think the Cleveland Browns were a 90. So it's not like the Browns are a scrub team. I'm just saying, you go 16-0, and before the game, I'm confident that we're going to lose. And then it just plays out that way. That way, it's just kind of fitting. But I mean, that was pretty dope that we got 16-0 in a season. And I'm not surprised with this result. I hope you guys did enjoy this rebuild of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I guess from a regular season standpoint, the best regular season we've ever had. If you did enjoy it, it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Let's see if for the perfect season, maybe we break 7, 8, 9,000. See if we can get between 700 and 1,000 likes. If we go over 1,000 likes, that'd be awesome. That'd make me love you guys even more. Leave a comment in the comment section below about what team you want to see me rebuild next. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking the talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid.